there, my name is Adam Stephen Weir. I'm 20 years old and I've suffered from psychosis. Now, my psychosis was a very scary, very spiritual, very wacky experience. It is nothing like I've ever experienced. I mean, I've only been on this planet for 20 years, so I've not experienced that many things. But out of all the things I have experienced, that was the most mind-boggling thing I've ever went through. I still don't know to this day what was real, what wasn't. What did I hallucinate? What was fucking magic? I don't know. So I want to talk about some of my experiences that I had and how psychosis changed me. Now, I'm a little bit scared to make this video because I'm going to share some things that are really hard for me to share. Things I don't really want people to know about me, but I want to share them because I think it would be useful for someone who's experienced the same thing. And I think I should be open about this because it's, I don't know, it just feels right. If I upload this video and I don't like with what I've said, I'll delete it. But if not, then hooray. I feel secure within myself. But we'll see what happens. Now, my psychosis was a slow build up. It didn't just kind of come out of nowhere. I think that's how it typically works. Now, when I turned 17, I became really, really ambitious with life. I started going to the gym. I started reading books. I started meditating. I started trying to learn how to make money, which is something I'm still trying to do. I'm still trying to figure out how to become financially free. Because I won't lie to you, I don't want to work all my life. I don't want to be a slave. That sucks. Anyway, one of the books, the first book I ever read from start to finish is, I'll get it in a second. This book here called The Secret. Now, I've already spoken about this book and I don't recommend you read it because it's just full of lies, basically. The book basically suggests that you can manifest anything you want just using your thoughts. Now, of course, that sounds too good to be true, but, you know, I thought it was legit because it was in a book, you know, so I thought if someone's wrote it, it must be legit if it's been published and all that, and it's gone through, you know, systems that make sure it's legit, but apparently not. I don't know how the publishing of books works, but it's obviously kind of flawed if they're able to sell straight up lies. This book suggests that you can do anything using the power of your mind. If you just believe it enough, anything can happen. And because of this, I started journaling and I started writing down all my desires, all the things I could ever wish for, and tell myself that I have it and tell myself that it's possible for anything to happen, ranging from manifesting money, a partner, physical health, changing the way your body looks just by manifesting it. Like, it was crazy, and I believed it, and I don't blame myself for believing it because this book fell in, like, me and my mum, we work in a charity shop, right, and this, there was a bookshelf, and there was a bookshelf in the charity shop, and this book fell off the shelf right in front of my mum, and she became, it's a really nice cover, it's a really nice looking, interesting book, isn't it? I really like the design of it. I just wish it was filled with actual useful information, but this book kind of fell in front of my mum, and boom, she gave it to me. I was like, this book looks really interesting, I'm going to read it. I read it, and I started trying to put the practices into place. I was telling myself I'm a millionaire, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to invent this thing. I've actually got journals wrote with like invention ideas. I just wish I knew how to put it into practice, how to make my ideas come to life. I wish I had the motivation and the desire and the discipline to learn how to do it, but I don't know where to begin. Anyway, and then I started to become obsessed with spirituality, ghosts, the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, other dimensions, and I was slowly going crazy. Now, I had a girlfriend. Now, when I had my old channel, well, not my old channel, my old videos, I've deleted all my old videos, I referred to one of my ex-girlfriends as Joshua. If you are watching this video, I am really sorry, but Joshua, fucking hell, I'm really sorry, I don't want to use your real name, but, so, anyway, Joshua saw my downward spiral going into madness, and I think that's why she broke up with me. I thought it was for other reasons. I thought it was because I was improving myself and she didn't like that, but no, it was because I was starting to sound a bit crazy with my beliefs and manifestation, and And this is the thing, I never believed in God at the time. God to me was a really strange concept that I just couldn't wrap my head around, because if God is real, why does he allow bad things to happen? And because I was trying to find the answers, and the secrets to the universe, I was getting more drawn and closer to God. But I was like, but God can't be real if all these, God doesn't make any sense. Evolution and all these things, all science is what's right. But no. It turns out I think everything is God. I believe the whole universe is a play. That's how Alan Watts describes it. I believe it's a play, and we're all, characters in this play, and it's all a show to make us grateful for what we have and be more aware of our existence within this universe. Because if we were born into heaven, everything would be good all the time, and we wouldn't know what to be grateful for. And I think that's why we come here. Anyway, because I was becoming so obsessed with the fourth dimension, I started developing these crazy beliefs that I need to control the second dimension in order to control the third dimension, to then go to the fourth dimension. So I was playing this game called Hades. It's a roguelike. It's like a hack and slash, really great game. And there's this character in it called Master Chaos. And in this universe, he's basically God. He's the primordial originator. When I was starting to go down this downward spiral, seeing YouTube videos that didn't exist, like I hallucinated whole length YouTube videos about God and Jesus coming back, and I started to believe that I was the second coming of Jesus because of what I was seeing and what I was experiencing, and thinking I'm going through some spiritual experience, but what was actually happening is I was going crazy. Anyway, I was playing Hades and I died in the video game. Now death in the game Hades is canon. When you die in this video game, you go back to the house of Hades, which is the god of the dead's house, because he's your father in the video game. But when you die, the screen goes black for a second and then you respawn. When the screen went black, Master Chaos came up on the fucking screen, said this in his godly, crazy voice: "I knew you'd find me, Adam. I just didn't know when." That was fucking freaky. I was like, what the fuck? I started playing this game. There's this game, it's called Everything, and in this video game you can become any object that you see, ranging from cigarette butts, chocolate bars, galaxies, stars, planets. You can play as anything you see in this game. I was hallucinating text quotes in the game that were indicating, I can't remember what they said, but it was basically, and it was like messages from God. It was said, one of them said, "I knew I've always been there, Adam. I've always been by your side. Don't be afraid." Things like that. Like God was speaking to me through this video game, but I don't know if it was actually God or if it was my hallucinations. I can't decipher what was what, because I do believe in God. I do believe in magic because of the things that my family have experienced and people that I know have experienced. So I do believe there is more to this universe than what there is. So that's why I was so obsessed with the third dimension. Try to control the second dimension by doing things in the video game that weren't possible. In the video game Hades, you can do a dash move. I was able to do it infinitely, which is impossible. And in the game Everything, I became a weed plant. Now, one thing you should know about me, I like weed. I'm trying to get off it. It's really tough. But it's something I've been battling for a little while now. I became a marijuana plant in the video game, and that was crazy, because I went back to the video game and it's not in the game. You cannot become a weed plant in the video game. So I definitely, that was either magic or I hallucinated it. I don't know. I hallucinated this whole video, this whole Joe. Do you know who Joe Rogan is? I'm sure you do. Joe Rogan. I hallucinated an entire video about him talking about a woman who is overcoming leaps and bounds, like doing things better than David Goggins, doing David Goggins level shit. This woman was doing David Goggins level shit, but she doesn't exist. My brain made her up, or God showed me her to make me feel inferior because I'm a man and I should want to, be stronger than every woman on the planet. Of course, that's impossible, but ego, I want to be really strong. Who doesn't? It was like the universe was teasing me and testing me and showing me these things. It was showing me scary videos as well. It was like trying to scare me. The hallucinations, the God, whatever it was. I'm just going to say hallucinations because it's easier, and I don't want to claim that God speaks to me or anything, because he doesn't. I don't think he was anyway. Going at a million miles per hour here. Let me slow down. I hallucinated whole length YouTube videos about the universe being created and how I was at the center of it all. Jesus coming back videos and how the rapture is about to happen. Archangel Michael popping up on my shorts, my YouTube shorts, saying, "I'll give you guidance and protection." And then for me to later that morning run out in the street, jump in front of a car, try hug people. I got lifted by the police. They took me home, and then I can't remember what happened after that. Um, but the thing that took me to hospital, the reason why I got sectioned was because I walked out in the street naked. I was in my room, I was on the computer, and I was hearing voices coming at my computer telling me to do things, and it was basically cheering me on as I was stripping myself. And then I walked into the living room. My mum was sitting on the couch, my brother was standing there. Thankfully, my mum didn't see me, but my brother did, and he was obviously really shocked. He pushed me out of the house thinking I was tripping on mushrooms and just trying to be a widow or something. He thought I was, at it, but he didn't realise I was unwell. So I walked out in the street. Thank fuck there was no children about. Oh my god. And I'm going to court because of that, so that kind of sucks. But hopefully I will not get charged. I don't know what will happen. I'll let you know. Maybe I won't. I don't know if I want to share the results, but we'll see what happens. God damn. So when I was in hospital, I don't remember a lot of things, but I do remember staying up at night, being locked in my room, screaming and shouting at these voices that were telling me to do stupid fucking things. Thankfully, I never hurt anyone, but I did spit on people. I was being really mean to people. The voices were telling me to be mean to people. It was really not nice. They were telling me that my auntie was gonna die. They told me that I had to hate my family. Telling me to run away. This is a cool story. It's not cool, but I was just out in the corridor, and this is when I still believed that I was God, and the voices were trying to like. This is the thing. The voices, my hallucinations, convinced me that I was God, and then punished me for believing that I was God. So I was kind of stuck in this endless, this loop, this dilemma of am I God or is the voices God? What the fuck is going on? I was so confused, but one of the nurses, she said, "He's not special, so you should try run away." She was right in front of me when she said this, so I took that literally. I was like, okay, the voices is God is telling me to run away. The voices are telling me to run away, so I'm gonna run away. So that's exactly what I done. I jumped the fence and bolted. But the same woman appeared behind me. I don't know where the frick she came from. She just came out of nowhere. I swear to God, she came out of nowhere, was behind me, was like, "Adam, come back, come on. Don't run away. That's silly." And I was like, "Yep, that is silly. Thank you for not," because I didn't know I didn't know where I was gonna go. I don't know why the voices were telling me to do it, but I thought I had to obey the voices, because if I didn't obey the voices, they'd punish me by making me do very silly things, making me eat very silly things. I will not go into detail. Oh Jesus. They'd play loud noises. They'd play the alarm would go off. They would tell me to go vegan. I literally went vegan for a month because of the voices, and I hated it. Don't get me wrong. One of the vegan meals was actually really nice, but the whole premise of being vegan was awful because I couldn't enjoy my food. I couldn't enjoy sweet things either because the voices convinced me that my body was everyone else's body. So if I ate a lot of sugar, it would affect everyone else on the planet because the voices convinced me that I'm God and I'm connected to everything. I mean, I do believe we are all one and we're all connected and all that, but I took it a bit more literally and thought that if I hurt myself, if I injure myself in some way, it will hurt everyone else, so I couldn't. That's another thing. It refrained me from working out, because if I thought if I'm working out and everyone else is working out, even though that's a good thing, but to me I thought it was bad because it's hurting everyone. I know that makes no fucking sense, but to me at the time it made a lot of sense. It was really, really fried. I remember sitting in the cafeteria and someone walked by me and I heard a voice come out of her phone. It said, "Jesus Christ is a vegan." So that was weird. There was this guy in the hospital. He was one of the nurses. His name was Derek. Really cool guy. I felt bad for him though, because the hallucinations, the voices told me that Derek was bad, and his actions are, if you do certain things, for example, like fucking eat sugar, jerk off, something like that, you're being a Derek. You know what I mean? That's what the voices told me. You're acting like Derek, Adam, when you do these things. That's what they would say to me. And Derek himself called me Derek and then corrected himself. That was really, really weird, because before that, I was hearing lots of voices calling me Derek because I was eating sugar and doing other things. I actually didn't jerk off that much in the hospital because I was being watched a lot, so... Oh, that's the thing with me. I either don't speak at all or I overshare, but I'm okay with that. I tried to use the power of the secret manifestation to get out of hospital by screaming and shouting, "My mum's coming to pick me up! My mum's coming to pick me up!" So I thought by doing that I was going to manifest my mum come and save me from the hospital. But also that didn't work because manifestation isn't real. Oh. Um. Yeah, hospital was really tough. It made me grieve for my dad a lot. If you do not know, my father, he's not alive. He passed away in 2017 on the 5th of November. And I was never really that close with my dad, so I never had a proper grieve for him. I never properly cried for him until I went into hospital, and then it kind of hit me that he was dead because I was trying to manifest him back to life beforehand. So that really hit me hard. There was this man in there, a nurse, and I actually asked him to. There was actually two. One, this guy said he was going to adopt me as my little brother, and the other guy said, this big dude told me he was straight up going to adopt me, and then he just fucked off, never seen him again. So that was really weird. Don't know if I hallucinated that or if he was just trying to be nice to me. I don't know. I was so the actual cause of my psychosis to me is still unknown. The hospital, they believe it was a combination of magic mushrooms and cannabis. I don't believe it was, because I've been smoking cannabis since then and it's not came back. I don't plan on taking mushrooms again because the last time I took them I had a bad trip, and I don't want to risk bringing my psychosis back by taking them, even though I don't believe it was that. I'm still scared to do mushrooms again because of the bad trip I had. I was screaming and shouting and it was not good. It was really not good. But that's unrelated to my psychosis. That was way before, that was like 6 or 7 months maybe before my psychosis, maybe even a year. I'm not sure. So I believe the cause of my psychosis was my own brain becoming obsessed with the secret, becoming obsessed with spirituality and ghosts, and trying to contact the dead, not by using a Ouija board, but by meditating and trying to let them into my brain. But I don't even know if I believe in spirits anymore. I don't know what to believe. All I believe is God. There's only God and there's only us. But then I'm suggesting that spirits exist. I don't know. I don't know what to think. There's too much information out there. There's too many perspectives, and there's too many I was going to say principles, but I don't know what that word actually means, so I'm not going to use it. I'll probably make another video talking about these experiences, because there's probably some stuff I've missed out, but I'm just going to leave it here. Thank you so much if you actually watched this video. I really appreciate that. Stop getting high on YouTube and start getting high on life. Have a lovely day. Damn, I need to start taking my own advice.